Hare We would have sat on the lawn, but there's this time of year there's dew, so. So in the mist, in the distance, off to the eastern side where the sun is rising, you can see the beautiful temple towers of Nandagram. Because after staying in Gokul for some time, then Nanda Baba, he came here to stay at Nandagram. So in the distance we see through the mist, very beautiful vision today. So in describing Braj, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has a very nice book called Braj Riti Chintani, where he's giving a little brief description of all the places of Braj. So there he says, Tatta Chirubhutam Aparashobham Nandisaram Sadhugana Varanti Nandisaram Yam Tajiriya Rupam Sri Nandarajalaya Rajamanam. So he's been describing about Vrindavan, so when he says Tat, he's referring back to Vrindavan. So he says of that Vrindavan, that Shirubhutam. Shirubhutam means the crown or the crown jewel. So the crown jewel of that Vrindavan, Tata Shirubhutam Aparashobham, of unlimitedly expanding beauty, unlimitedly expanding beauty, Aparashobham, Nandishwaram Sadhugana Vadanti. He says this Nandeshwar Parvat is the crown of Braj. Previously described, the Govardhan was the tilak. Govardhan is a big tilak mark on Braj, and the crown is this Nandeshwar Parvat. Why do we say Nandeshwar Parvat? Because this hill is incarnation of Lord Shiva. So we call it Nandeshwar Parvat. So he says Nandeshwaram Sadhugana Varanti. Not just the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying this. He says Sadhugan, all the sadhus, Sadhugan Varanti, all the sadhus are telling that this is the crown of Vrindavan, this Nandeshwar hill. This is the crown of Vrindavan. Nandishwaram Sadhugana Varanti. Nandishwaram Yamta Didiyarup. It is the self-same form of Nandeshwar Mahadev. It is not different from Lord Shiva. Sri Nanda Rajalaya Rajamanam. He says that Nanda Rajalaya. Now if you've been in India for a long time, then you might have heard the word Karyalaya. And you can figure out Karyalaya. Karya means work. So Karyalaya means office. So now he says Rajalaya. You can figure it out. Rajalaya. Rajalaya, where the king stays, there must be palace. So Sri Nanda Rajalaya, that palace of Nanda Maharaj, Sri Nanda Rajalaya Rajama, Waha Virajmane, that is resting on top of that hill. So there we see the beautiful palace of Nanda Maharaj resting on top of the hill. So anybody has kartals by any chance? We've heard that there's some in the other bus, but we do have here. So we have a very beautiful song that usually when we're outside of Braj, we like to sing this song to remember Braj. But there's very special mood when you can sit in Brajadam, in a very beautiful place like Vrindavan, and sing this song. Everyone knows this song. And those of you who've been here for a while, then you will remember all these places. Those of you who come now to go around on Braj Prakama gradually, these will not just be names that you sing in this song. When you next time you go home to your preaching place and you sing this song, then you'll remember all of these places. All these places will come in your heart as you sing this song. But to sit here in Braj in a very sweet place like Vrindavan and sing this song, it is very, very special flavor. We need some microphone holder. Not enough.
I do real good at holding microphones.
All right. This is my very dear godbrother Chataratma Prabhu, who stays in Alachua. We haven't seen him for 13 years. So we're very happy to have him with us, and we're very happy to have him on our Prakama today. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan Sri Govinda Gopinata Madana Mohan Sri Govinda Gopinata Kama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Kalini Jamuna Jaya Jaya Mama Kalini Jamuna Jaya Jaya Mama Jagana Jasavadira Koila Sinananda Jaya Gopaga Sri Ramadi Jaya Jaya Dinurataga Jaya Vrisabhalu Jaya Yudhira Sundari Jaya Vrisabhalu Jaya Yudhira Sundari Jaya Purnamasi Jaya Vidanagari Jaya Purnamasi Jaya Vidanagari Jaya Jaya Gopinata Jaya Jaya Krishna Saka Bhakti Jaya Jaya Rama Rama Jaya Rohini Nanda Jaya Jaya Vrinda Bhakti Jaya Vija Padme Jaya Naga Kanyaka Bhakti te jara paila Govinda jara Bhakti te jara paila Govinda jara Jaya Jaya Radha Jaya Jaya Radha Leela Sarva Manora Jaya Jaya Palakiya Bhave Jana Brajiti Praja Janava Pada Koriya Smara Deena Krisna Dase Kahe Nama Sankirtan Deena Krishna Dase Kahe Nama Sankirtan Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan Shri Govinda Gopi Nata Madana Mohan Shri Govinda Gopi Nata Madana Mohan Shri Govinda Gopi Nata Madana Jaya Vrindavan Jaya Vrindavan Jaya Vrindavan Jaya Vrindavan Bolo Brajabhumi Vrindavan Dham ki Jai Jai Sri Radhe Shyam. So for those who just came, in the distance you can see the beautiful palace of Nanda Maharaj resting on top of Nandeshwar Parvat. This Nandagram hill is an incarnation of Lord Shiva. So those who, as I was saying, those who've been traveling around with us, now when you sing this nice song, Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna, then you will see all these places manifesting in your heart that you've already seen. Those who just come for Kartik and you're going around, by the end of Kartik, then next time when you go back to your place of preaching and you chant this song, then all these places will manifest within your heart. So we're sitting here in Vrindavan, just near Nandagram, as we were describing. Actually, there's another verse of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. You all know Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, isn't it? What song do we sing every day written by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur? Every day we sing. Somebody says samsara prayers. But we don't want to, you know what samsara means? Samsara means the cycle of birth and death. So we don't want to sing to the cycle of birth and death. And somebody said Gurvastikam. This is called Gurvastikam, 8 prayers glorifying the spiritual master. So don't call it samsara. We don't want to sing about samsara. We want to get free from samsara. So he also has one Nandeshwar Astakam. And he says there, Yatra vrajaripe pura pratima prakasha prasada murda kalaso parinityarangi barikshate bhuvijaya dvajaketu bhuto nandi sharam samaramandam mudam dadatu. So he says, Yatra vrajaripe. In that place you see there in the mist, Yatra vrajaripe, the king of Braj, Yatra vrajaripe, Pura, his city, his town, Yatra vrajaripe pura, apratima prakasha, unparalleled town. It is not ordinary town. It is unparalleled. Just like the Brishbasis, they have one verse. What is that? Vamsi vat savat nahi, Krishna naam sunam. No, what is it? Nandagam sogam nahi. How does it start? Vamsi vat savat. Nandagam sogam. Yeah, Vamsi vat savat nahi, Nandagam sogam. Now I completely spaced it out. Anyway, the purport is that like that tree of Vamsivat, there's no other tree like that. Vamsivat Savat Nahi. Nandagam Sagam, there's no village like Nandagam. Do you know what's the third? Bhagwat?
Maybe Balaram.
He's not taking that. Vamsivat Savat Nahi, Krishna. Nandagam Sagam. There's third thing. Or Krishna Naam Sonam. There's no name like Krishna's name. Vamsivat Savat Nahi Nandagam Sagam. Something else. And Krishna Naam Sonam. So there's no village like this, Nandagam. Apratima Prakash. It is shining there. Prakasha means shining. Yatra Vajadipe Pura Pratima Prakasha. Now he must have been sitting here when he wrote that, because next verse describes the scene you're seeing from this place. Because every day for the Rajbhog Artik we sing one other song for Vrinda Devi called Vrinda Devastak, also written by Vishwanath Chakravarti. So after taking darshan of Vrinda Devi, he must have turned around and seen this beautiful vision of Nandagram Hill. It's so beautiful today in the mist. And he wrote this Nandeshwar Astak, because he says, Pratyavacharape Pratima Prakasha Prasara Murda Kalasopari Nityarangi. He said, palace is there. On top of palace, then this dome is there. On top of the dome, there's Kalas. And on top of Kalas, Nityarangi. Something is always dancing. So we see the beautiful palace, we see the beautiful domes. If the wind was blowing, then we would see something dancing there. What does he say? Barhikshate bhuvi jaya dvajake bhuto. One thing, barhi. Just like we know from Venugit, one verse is there. Barha pitam natavara vapu karnayo karnikaram. So barhi means peacock. So barhikshate, to see. What is seen? Peacock is dancing and jaya dvaj. Just like from Arjun Argentina, we have one devotee, Jayadwaj. Also like Jayapataka we have. Means flag. So if wind was blowing, then you would see the flag dancing there on top of the kalash. Parikshite Bhuvi Jayadwaj. Not just ordinary flag, but very wonderful victory flag is dancing there on top of this palace. Parikshite Bhuvi Jayadwaj Ketuguto Nandiswaram Samaramandam Udam. May that Nandeshwar Parvat give me unlimited amounts of happiness. So we're all wandering here and there looking for happiness. So Biswanath Chakravarti is praying that you will really find happiness. This is his opinion, where you will find happiness. You just come and take darshan of this Nandeshwar hill in the mist in Kartik and you will get unlimited amounts of happiness. So now in Bhakti Ratnakar it says, just see on the western side of Nandeshwar Parvat, there is a place where Vrinda Devi stays and arranges all the leelas of Braj. So we see now the sun is rising in the east, so we must be sitting directly on the western side. In fact, on the day of 21st March and 21st September, if you're sitting right in Vrinda Devi's temple, because now new one is coming up, you see, you're sitting there, right behind those temple towers, sun will rise. Directly behind the temple towers. Suddenly the sky will turn pink, like the soles of Srimati Radhika's feet. Then it becomes golden, like Mahaprabhu. And then this beautiful orange orb of the sun silhouettes the beautiful towers of Nandagram. Directly behind the towers he rises on 21st of March and 21st September. That is the day when day and night are equal. So sun will rise directly in the east. So we're directly on the eastern side. Because here we can watch. We hear about sun moving east and west. North and south, excuse me. East and west we know. North and south we hear about. But we don't always see because we live in big cities and places like that. But if you stay here at Vrindavan, you can watch. Now, the sun, on the 21st of September, wasn't so long ago, he was coming up right behind the temple tower on that day. Now he's coming up just on the very end of the shoulder of this hill. And by the middle of the winter season, then he'll be coming up way over here, this side. Then he'll come back, then 21st March he'll come again there. Then, way out, just if you draw a straight line from me through this tree, he will come up way over there. That much he moves, north and south. We don't see because we live in big cities. But here you can watch him moving north and south. So anyway, we're on the western side. The sun is rising east and we're sitting here on the west, and directly on the western side. It says there's the place where Vrinda Devi stays and arranges all of the leelas of Braj. So we're sitting here in that place. This is called Vrindakund. In fact, the whole Vrindavan is named for Vrinda Devi. Vrinda, Ban. Actually, the meaning of Ban is forest. It's supposed to be forest. Sometimes it's hard to see that forest nowadays. Unless you really go high up on top of the guest house sometime and look down from the roof, then you can see there's actually trees. It's not just streets and telephone poles, but there's actually a forest. Actually, that forest Prabhupada describes in Krishna book, as well as first canto Srimad Bhagavatam. It stretches from that now town called Vrindavan, because now the town is called Vrindavan, but Ban means forest. He said that forest stretches 32 miles up here to Nandagram. So we're sitting here in this Vrindavan forest here at Nandagram. It stretches all this way. It's actually a forest. And that forest, Vrindavan, it is Vrinda Devi's forest. Although she has voluntarily surrendered it at the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. And Radharani has again appointed her as a director of this forest. She's the protector of this forest. Like that. So she stays here at this place. And she arranges all of the leelas of Braj. Just like we know, Vrinda Devi's expansion is Tulsi. And just like we know, just like we sing one song for Tulsi Artik, but we know there's one other song, it goes, Namo Namo Tulsi Krishna Prema. No. Tulsi Maharani Vrinde Maharani Namo Namo. in that particular song, there's a verse that says, even if you make chapan bhog, 56 preparations, or sentis vyanjan, 37 savories. Don't worry, we have breakfast for you. I don't make you hungry. 56 preparations. You say, even because we are getting hungry, but it says that if there's no tulsi leaf, Lord doesn't even look at that. He doesn't even see it. Unless tulsi is there. So same way, without Vrinda Devi's intervention, none of the Leelas are taking place here in Braj. She's the, Vishwanath Chakravarti describes her as the Leela Shakti of Lord Krishna. So she's arranging, and every morning in this place, just about this time, if our hearts were pure and we could see, we would see Purnamasi walking down the road with her granddaughter, Nandimukhi. Her granddaughter is Nandimukhi and her grandson is Madhumangal. They're both the children of Sandipani Muni, who was living there in Ujjain. But they came with Purnamasi, who's the mother of Sandipani Muni. They came here to Braj with her. So she lives on the other side, on the eastern side of Nandeswar Parvat. There's a gufa, there's a cave where Purnamasi stays. So she comes here every morning with Nandimukhi, and they sit down right here in this place with Vrinda Devi, and they decide what will be the Leelas in Braj today. It is all planned out from this place. This is the Braj Leela Planning Commission. Just to give you an idea of the importance of this place. Even today, you're all coming here somehow stuffed in the bus. This is all Vrinda Devi's arrangement. Somehow you got here anyway, anyhow. You got here today. So, she arranges all of the Leelas, and it's all planned out here. Then she keeps little go-downs, little warehouses. Not great big ones like our Radha Jivan. We saw his big warehouse in Nalatra. But she keeps little warehouses. His warehouse was like Govardhan Hill. So she keeps little warehouses all over Braj where she keeps so many paraphernalias for the different Leelas. Just like today we'll go to Yavat. And Bhakti Caitanya Maharaj tells this pastime so sweetly. How Krishna, he required to get dressed up just like Abhimanyu. So immediately Vrinda Devi ran to her little warehouse and brought out an outfit just like Abhimanyu. We'll hear more about that later. But like that, she's got these, whatever is needed for the pastime, she's keeping all these things all over Braj, and she arranges all the different things. She's like the supreme temple commandress of Braj. She decides, of course it's all decided here where the Leelas will be. Then she goes there, she makes all the arrangements. She arranges what flowers will be there, what colors will have, what scents will have, what trees will be there, what birds will be there, what colors they'll have, what songs they'll sing, who else will be there, what service they'll have. Sometimes she also has her service in the afternoon. She makes nice, in the hot season she makes cooling drinks, and in this colder season she makes nice warming drinks, and like that. She has her own personal service and she arranges all the service. She's a supreme temple commandress of Braj. And in order to assist her in her service, you can't see now we have when darshan is over, maybe darshan we'll all go inside and take darshan. You can't see in the picture we have there of Vrinda Devi, but after some time we finish this temple, we have a very beautiful deity of Vrinda Devi we're going to install. Then you'll be able to see in her left hand she's holding a lotus flower. On top of that lotus flower is sitting a little parrot, Sukha. His name is Daksha. He has 1 lakh of disciples. 1 lakh? 100,000. 100,000 disciples, and they fly all over this Braj and come back and tell Vrinda Devi everything that's going on. who's talking to who's going where with who's doing what with who said this, who said what, everything she knows. Huh? This is the VIA, Vrinda Devi Intelligence Agency. And you will always see all day long this beautiful tree here, behind the temple. So many parrots are always singing and chattering there. We'll go there in a little bit and see the new construction going on and see everything. So she keeps all these little parrots, they come back. Sometimes they deliver messages. Sometimes they have arguments. Just like one time Mahaprabhu came and he saw the male and female parrot having argument. I used to have a beautiful song in my songbook, but the new edition doesn't have it. But there's some song is there that Sukha bole Amar Krishna Madana Mohan. Sukha, the male parrot, he says, my Krishna, he's Madana Mohan, he's the attractor of Cupid. Asari bole Satya Bate. Anyway, the female parrot says, yes, because Radharani is standing on his left side. Otherwise, what is his attraction? Sukha bole Amar Krishna Jagatera Guru. Sari bole Amar Radha Bancha Kalpa Turu. Neto Kyakar Guru. So Sukha says, my Krishna, he's Jagatera Guru. He's the guru of the whole universe. And Sari says, yes, because my Radharani, she's a Vancha Kalpa Turu. She's a desire tree. Because if Guru is unable to satisfy the desires and aspirations of his disciple, then Neto Kyakar Guru. Then what is the use of that Guru? So he's only Jagatera Guru because my Radharani is a Vancha Kalpa Taru. Amar Krishna, Sukha bole Amar Krishna, Mukut Bame Hoile. My Krishna has got a beautiful Mukut crown that is leaning to the left side. And Sari says, yes, it's trying to go down and touch the lotus feet of Radharani. Sukha bole Amar Krishna Bamsi Kare Gan. He says, Sukha says, my Krishna, his flute sings a beautiful song, Bamsi Kare Gan. Or Sari bole Satyavati bole Radha Nam, Neto Mithai Gan. He says, Sari says, yes, that flute is singing the name of Radha. Otherwise that is Mithya, Mithai Gan, Mithya, Brahm Satya Jagat Mithya, this from the Mayavadis. So, Neto Mithai Gan. Otherwise that is useless. It is not singing Radha's name, then it is a useless song. Mithai Gan. Like this, so sometimes they finally end by saying, what is the use Radha and Krishna are not two, they're one, why should we argue? We should just Radha Krishna Guna Gao. We should just sing the glories of Radha Krishna. So like that, so sometimes you hear the parrots, they're laughing. They're agreeing, we should just sing Radha Krishna's glories and not uselessly argue. So, like that, sometimes they argue, sometimes they carry messages, sometimes like this. All these things are going on. So, in the very far corner of this, not so much in the far corner, but way in the corner there, you'll see one little chatri, one little dome-like structure. That is the Samadhi Mandir of Baba Madhavdas. There was one Baba who stayed here and developed this place. He came here, was completely lost. It was just, the kund was just about to be filled in and probably plowed over and turned into a wheat field. But somehow he managed to, he realized that this place, Vrindavan, because Tulsi is not only worshipable for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, all the Vaishnava Sampradayas. We're all chanting on Tulsi, we're all keeping Tulsi Kantimala, all Vaishnavas. Right? So this place is so important for all the Vaishnavas, not just Gaudiya Sampradaya, but all the Vaishnavas. So gradually he tried to restore this place, but then he got cancer. So he came to me one day, and I had never seen, because you could see this building from the main road we were on there. And I used to point out, this is Vrinda Devi's place over there, but I had never seen. So he came one day and he told me that this is this place and I'm dying and I have no one to take care and you please take care. He'd been to everybody and we found out that it's not just ISKCON mantra, this is universal mantra. Because everywhere he went, they had the same mantra. Just like as soon as you have some new project idea, then you go to your GBC or you go to your temple president. The first thing he says is, no men, no money. So this is not just ISKCON mantra. He told me he went to even other outside of Gaudiya Sampradaya. Everybody said same thing: no men, no money. This is a universal mantra, not just ISKCON mantra. But anyway, as soon as I understood, I said, Baba, I've never been there, let's go. We came here that time, the sun was on the other side, was just setting in the west. That time of day, all the birds were singing, it was very peaceful, and no one was here. And it was so wonderful. I thought, all right, Baba, we'll take care of this place. So he donated it to ISKCON, so that we can render service to Vrinda Devi. Which is natural because Prabhupada made Vrinda Devi or Tulsi Devi and Vrindavan for that matter, he made it famous all over the world. So it's natural that this place, Vrindavan, would come to his lotus feet. So somehow we're trying to do a service here. You can see there's a tiny little, we don't call it temple, it's actually a shrine. We're out very far in the forest. This is actually a little shrine to Vrinda Devi. So we're trying to develop this place. Again, restore. When I got here, there was nothing but sticker trees here, and not even the local variety. There's two varieties. You can see one example of the local one. You still got a few tiny little yellow flowers on it, just on the corner of the kunda there. See, there's one with little things hanging down, little seed pods hanging down, just behind him. This is the local sticker tree. You see, he's got a little bit of grace and form and beauty. Just behind us, you see this one with his hair all over the place like a hippie. This is foreign. He was brought here, introduced to India, and they just multiply faster than weeds, and they take over everything, and they don't let anything else grow, and that's all of us here, completely covered by these unruly foreign sticker trees. So now we remove them, and we're trying to develop. Unfortunately, the soil is very, very salty, but somehow or other, by Vrinda Devi's grace, few little flowers are coming here. We're just going piece by piece. Now we've developed this piece. We're hoping some flowers will come up here on this piece, and some trees, and gradually it will become a very beautiful place. So you could come. Because sometimes if you ever go on the Brajmandal Prikrama with Lokanath Swami and everyone, when you come back to Vrindavan town, you'll feel like you're coming back to New York. After you've been out in Braj. So we want to keep some nice place where you can come and actually feel the nice Braj spirit, and nobody will come here and as we go around, especially when we go up to Nandagam temple, then we'll see everybody will come running, I'm Prabhupada Brijbazi, give me money. So here no one will bother you. You can sit peacefully, do your bhajan. We'll make some little kutirs here also, where you can come and read and study Prabhupada's books and chant and charge your batteries to go back and preach in your preaching fields like that. So we're just trying to serve Vrinda Devi and all the Vaishnavas in that way. Maharaj would like to say something? You'll speak in...
I think that's Yavat.
All right. So, darshan kulai. So everybody can take darshan of Vrinda Devi, and then we'll walk over and see the new construction. Everybody can see the little shrine that we're building.
New temple is gone. Vrindavan. Raya. Super very nice. This is Vrindavan. This new temple is constructed for service of Vrindavan, Vrinda Devi. Behind there, another kund. This is the Samadhi of Madhava Maharaj. Behind there, another kund.
You're there?
Смотри, кассета. Это сели кассету вот что там будет? Играем, смотри.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. वो जो खींचा Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
एक देखिए
एक लटाई. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
हाँ
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. बोल यार, छोड़ मत पाओ. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna बोल. Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare.
क्या है? ए पैसा दाओ राधे ना ये आप काम गए थे अभी देगा आप काम देगा
क्या चक्रा?
हाँ राधे राधे
ले लो.
Was it? Yeah.
This is Vrindavan. Guptakun. After some time, going to develop the Guptakun.
Bandhu Prabhu, आरती
हाँ
फिर बाद में
ना अभी
यावत से जरकदम से ठीक है प्रसाद लीजिए मैं कर देता हूँ
हाँ आ रहे थे
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Maharaj Suramaya ki Shri Krishna Baldauro Biya ki Shri Nandeswar Mahadev ki Shri Vrindavan Gupta Kund ki Shri Vrindadevi Maharani ki Shri Baba Maharaj Maharaj ki Divine Great Srila Prabhupada ki Shri Vrindavan Gupta Kund ki Shri Nandagram Dham ki Jai Go Premanande Jai Jai Shri Mahaprasad ki
अच्छा ये बच्चा
You can see here, this is our Food for Life water project.
to Radharani place. This is Yavat.
Husband Abhimanyu and her mother-in-law Jatila and her sister-in-law Kutila, whose darshan we'll get later, but this beautiful deity is here. This is Radhakant. And in the whole of Braj, you will never find such a sweet and wonderful deity of Radharani as here. She's so soft and golden and beautiful cudgels all around her eyes. It's just like simple little gopi girl. In fact, she's so beautiful. If you see closely Radhakant, his eyeballs are popping right out of his head to see the beauty of Radharani. Radhe. And very mysterious place called Yavat. pastimes that go on here are of a very special confidential nature. As Kadamakanana Maharaj was explaining the other morning in Bhagavatam class, referring to Lalita Madhava of Srila Rupa Goswami, that when Krishna comes home in the evening, then the inhabitants of Vrindavan, they can see he's coming because there's a big cloud of dust moving towards the village that's being kicked up by the hooves of the cows. And the darkness of the evening is coming in also at the same time. So these two things combine, the darkness of the evening and this dust from the hooves of the cows which covers things, and it creates a kind of transcendental darkness which is not so easy to see through or to see in. And therefore Rupa Goswami says in that verse that therefore the mundane scholars, they cannot understand these pastimes of Krishna, particularly the very special pastimes like what happens here at Yavat. It's described that one day Krishna was out in the field somewhere not so far from here, near Nandagram, herding the cows, and Purnamasi came. We heard a little bit about her earlier, that she, along with Vrinda Devi, they are managing the pastimes, making all the arrangements behind the scenes, so that the ecstasy is just being heightened and different elements of sweetness are being thrown in here and there and just getting churned together to produce an amazing, just like an amazing ocean of rasa, transcendental mellow taste. So Purnamasi, she came out into the field and she met Krishna and she gave him one lagdu, one big Brijbasi sweet, and said, "Here, Krishna, I brought this for you. It's prasad." Krishna said, "Oh, really? Where's it from?" Purnamasi said, "There was a wedding in the village, and this is prasad from the wedding, and I brought it especially for you." Krishna said, "Really? A wedding? I didn't know that. Who got married?" Just as he was lifting that lagdu to his mouth and opening his mouth, he asked that. Purnamasi said, "Oh, Abhimanyu got married." Krishna said, "Oh, really? Abhimanyu? Who to?" Just as he took a bite. And just as he took a bite, Purnamasi said, "To Radharani." Just as Krishna took a bite, immediately he spat out that lagdu. "Ah! This is the worst lagdu I ever tasted!" So that was the beginning of the Yavat pastimes. Because then Srimati Radharani moved here. Immediately previously, she was in Varsana, not far from here. We can see it at least from Nandagram. And Krishna was in Nandagram, and they would meet in different ways every day. But then Srimati Radharani was married to Abhimanyu, and she had to move here and live with her in-laws. And, her mother-in-law, you all know about mothers-in-law, right? Some of you may even be, so no offense. But she is the original mother-in-law, in a certain sense of the term. So then, from that point on, it became extremely difficult
for Radha and Krishna to meet. Because Radharani, now she was under the watchful eyes of Abhimanyu and Jatila and Kutila. And they knew the reputation of Krishna. So they were always on the lookout. Is Krishna going to try to sneak in here and meet with Radharani and contaminate our daughter-in-law? Ah, that would be too bad. So, Jatila, Kutila, and Abhimanyu, they're in a very special position. That they're always thinking how to stop Krishna meeting with Radharani. By any means, we cannot have this. This Krishna is terrible. We have to keep him away. Doesn't sound like they're very good devotees, does it? Anti-Krishna. But actually they're very, very special devotees. This is very deep transcendental mood. So deeply attached to Radharani. All in the mood of the transcendental rasa, the transcendental pastimes. And actually they are, so to speak, being manipulated by Purnamasi just to